Hey guys, Mel the Train Tutor here again with another sort of product overview come how-to video. Now this one's on Diorama Tufts. And if you're wondering what Diorama Tufts are, these are what Diorama Tufts. They're the next progression from static grass tufts. Yeah, so you know your standard static grass tufts? Yeah, these are the next progression. Okay, now these are from Tajima1. I'll be honest with you, the first time I've used these, I've used other Diorama Tufts and stuff like that in the past. Yeah, but it's the first time I've used these. Okay. They produce a really nice range. Now obviously they've got the standard, what you call it, Wildgrass Tufts, which are those. Yeah. Moving on, they've got Gorse Bushes, which I really like. I'm not 100% sure about the scale. Good for 15mm. I'm not 100%. I think I'd like bigger ones as well, to be perfectly honest, for 28mm. Because Gorse Bushes are quite big bushes, you know. I remember as a child living in Anglesey, running and making dens inside them. Okay, but they are nice. They are really nice, and they will work. I reckon they'll work better at the smaller scales than at the 28mm scales. And you know, Martin, if you're listening, bigger ones of these would be really nice, mate. Anyway. Yeah, on top of that they've got their Diorama Elements, and these are designed to literally go straight onto your, like, you know, your big models, your dioramas, that sort of stuff. And then they've got these Moorland Elements, which I really like. Yeah. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some techniques of how to use these. Yeah, because they're designed to be sort of used individually, and when it comes to putting them on terrain, there's a couple of techniques to help them blend in. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll head over to the kitchen table where I'm working on a set, and I'll show you, you know, the sort of techniques and how to apply them and how to blend them in with your table, etc. Right, shall we crack on? Let's crack on. So I've already started on the hill that we're working with, and I've started off with their Gorse Bushes, and I've put them down in a few different places, mainly to break up those really strong patches of green. Remember, you can use these to sort of disguise little areas which don't go quite as well, you know, that you struggle with when you're flocking, etc. Okay, now I've got their Moorland their Moorland Elements here. Okay, now they're put together with latex glue. Let me just show you. See? Or I think it's a form of latex glue. It's definitely a rubber glue because you can rip them apart. Okay. Now it's great glue, you don't need to PVA them down, yeah, as long as you're sealing them afterwards. If you're not going to seal them, then I'd recommend, you know, putting a bit of PVA down as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that there, yeah, and then this one, you see it? Okay. I'm going to place that one, let's put this one up here. Yeah, and then just to secure them, I'm coming along with a little probe, yeah, toothpick, end of a brush, whatever, and just pushing them down. So, I'm going to crack on with putting a few more of these elements on, and then we'll come back and I'll explain how to sort of blend them into your terrain, etc. Now they're all down, it's time to sort of blend them into our terrain. Now first off, if you notice, they use cork for rocks. Now this doesn't match our grey rocks that we've got here and here. So all I'm going to do is very quickly go with my base coat of my rock, yeah, because they're so tiny. Yeah, and very quickly I'm just going to give those a coat of grey. So I've got grey there. With my finger I can move the clumps aside, come in, yeah, and just get some grey on it. I need a little bit thicker actually, not that thick. Come on. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because like I say, once you actually retract, the clumps will hide the rocks, etc., and it will just blend in quite naturally. Okay, once that's dry, what I'll do is I'll give it a quick wash of that. Yeah, which is just a hobby wash. You can make your own washes and everything like that, or just a little watered down brown paint, but just to bring out sort of the shading, etc. Now the other thing that you need to consider, and I don't have my PVA here, so I'll have to use that. Use my big bottle and use a brush for this. See, that's planning and prep bows. Right. One of the problems with these Diorama Elements is On a diorama, they're fine. It's a small piece. You know, they fill most of it, so they look in place. When you look doing a large terrain set, if you've got a few diorama patches around, you need to blend it in with the rest of the terrain. Now, whether this means that you need to, if the static grass around it is too bright, whether you need to wash that down to blend it into your base, or whether you need to put glue around, sprinkle flock. In this case, what I'm doing is I'm adding. Where's the camera? There's the camera. Come on, there you go. It's because I'm working so close. I'm adding clump foliage, guys. Okay, and the idea is, yeah, that this is the clump foliage that I'll be using over the entire piece in spots and that sort of thing. And by including it in the element, yeah, by putting it there, I need a lot more than that actually. Yeah. By bringing it in, and just pushing that into it. Yeah. What that'll do is that will tie that into the rest of the piece and the other pieces. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to crack on with this and we'll bring it all together and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. See you in a sec. So here's the piece with all the clump foliage on, and as you can see we've used that clump foliage and blended it into the various elements, the gauzes, etc., and just poured them into the general piece so they become lost in it, and that's how you sort of tie them in and make it more realistic. And if I bring it up, yeah, let's just have a quick scan round. Yeah, so there's one. Yeah, another one. You see, I'm actually struggling to spot them now they've been separated. Yeah, there's another one there, and then finally the one that we were working on. Yeah, now obviously that's the moorland elements and the gorse, and there's a few of their little tufts on there. On top of that, you know, they have the, what were the other ones? I think they were diorama elements, they called them, the ones with the flowers. But as you can see, there you go. Yeah, and there's some more flowers there. Spin that around. They're really nice. Okay, so that's Tajima, I'll never get that right. So basically, yeah, Tajima1.co.uk. Awesome tufts, I've got to say. A couple of tips for you to help blend them in, etc. And that's about it really, isn't it? I'm sort of struggling for words here, guys. Obviously, like it if you've liked it. Please feel free to comment if you've got any experience of working with these and any other tips or anything like that. And as always, you know, I'll catch you in the next vid, guys. All the best, yeah. Ta-da.